Hey, this is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I'm hoping you're having a good day. A couple weeks ago, when I did a review of this Kaito KA29 AM/FM shortwave MP3 player recorder, which sells for $35, somebody asked me to compare it to the Eton, the new Eton that came out last year, Traveler 3. And I'm going to attempt to do that. Bear in mind, I haven't used this Traveler 3 in quite a while, so I probably will have forgotten some features. The other reason I'm doing the show today is this radio is on special sale on Amazon right now for $38. This one was $35, so now they're about the same price range. Okay, let's kind of compare things. The Eton is a little heavier. It uses 4 AA batteries as opposed to the single cell phone battery in this thing, so that makes it a little heavier. The display is very good display, but it's not as bright as the Eton. the Kaito. Let me turn the Kaito on here. And you will see that is a really bright display. I don't know how well my camera's picking this up. Let me turn the volume down here. Okay. And the Kaito is FM, AM, shortwave, MP3 player recorder. The Eton is AM, FM, shortwave, longwave. So it has a longwave band capability. It has this, and I'll open it. Here's this clock function where you can turn this dial here and see the time at different places in the world. And you can see a full review of both of these radios on my channel, both the Eton and the Kaito. So I'm just going to, in general, just talk about differences and then try to do some reception. Okay, I won't go over all the features because I've done that in the respective reviews. I found when I reviewed this Traveler 3, it did quite well. It has a built-in telescopic antenna, earphone output jack, a DC input from an AC adapter, which it does not come with. This is the volume knob, so it has a volume knob where the Kaito has a volume button up and down, and it has a tuning knob, which is this type here, where the Kaito has this type here. I prefer this type. Not a big deal, but I prefer this type. This one seems to tune a little better as far as, touchiness. Not a big difference. The display, like I said before, on this thing is awesome. I really like this display. This nice green background really stands out. This one, if you're in a lightly lit room, it really stands out. If you're in a brightly lit room, it's a little faded, although I've got lights pointing down on top of it and it's doing a fine job. It does have a kickstand. To me, that's important. This one does not have a kickstand, as I mentioned, and so you've got to have it either sitting up like this, which it does quite well, or laying down. So that's one disadvantage of this one. It doesn't have a kickstand. The telescopic antennas, let me just extend those real quickly, see how they measure. There's one. And then the other one. And I would say the Eton is about 2 inches shorter. Not a big deal. 2 inches shorter. So now that I've got this extended, and the antenna does swivel. Not very far though. So when you set it back on its kickstand, the antenna is going to point out that way instead of straight up. This antenna also swivels, but since you either have it straight up or straight down. The effect will be, okay, say we're going to lay it flat. So we crank this over. You got to be really careful with these antennas. These will break them. So now if I lay it flat, the antenna is about a 15-degree angle. Not very good. So you'd want to use this radio sitting like this. This one, you'd probably want to do the same thing to get that antenna straight up in the air. I don't know how much it affects reception, but it seemed like it would affect it somewhat. So let's get into a little reception testing. It's almost 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time here in Florida. Not the best time to be listening to shortwave, but we'll see what we can do. We're just kind of compare the two. So I'm going to tune this one, if I can remember how, to 10 megahertz. That's not the right button. Each time I do this, I have to remember what I'm doing. Okay, 10 megahertz shortwave. Does that do it? Yeah, that did it. Okay, we're on 10 megahertz. And we'll turn the volume up, which I have to use the buttons. And, whoa. That's another thing, without that kickstand, it has a tendency to fall over. I'm not hearing anything, maybe because of the lights that I got on so that the camera will pick up the radios. So it's struggling and it's just getting noise. I could for 1 second darken the room and turn off those lights. Nope, it's not the lights that's causing it. And I don't have any computers on. Okay, so let's turn this one off for a second, and let's try the Eton. Whoops. And again, I'm gonna remember how to use this. And that's the advantage of the Kaito. It has direct tuning. The Eton does not. It has behind this little cover. It doesn't have any push buttons, so it's all manual tune. So we're sitting at 4.9 megahertz. So let's zip up to, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Let's zip up to 10 megahertz. 7.4. Now this is continuous tuning, which the Kaito is not. The Kaito has bands. And there are some missing parts of the shortwave band. This is continuous tuning, I believe. It appears to be that way. 9 megahertz. And we're coming up to 10 megahertz. Turn the volume up. Nothing. So it may just be a bad time of the day. Let's try 15 megahertz. So we'll crank this baby up to 15. See if there's anything up there. Might be a complete bust as far as shortwave listening this afternoon. I don't know what the band conditions are. Come on, 15. It does take a while. Of course, you can. There are ways you can shorten that. Okay, come on. Sorry. Whoops, there we go. 15 megahertz. I am hearing the beeps. So we are picking up WWV on 15 megahertz on this radio. Pretty weak, but it's there. Okay, let's turn this down. I'll turn it off, matter of fact. One of my viewers suggested that when I'm comparing radios, I'd always turn one of them off. And I had turned this one off, and now I turned that one off, and I'll turn this one back on. Might be some interference with the local oscillators, although I don't think that's such a problem nowadays in these small little radios, and compared to those big boat anchors that used to really have a strong local oscillator. Okay, we're going to go up to 15 megahertz. This one is still getting that interference. I don't know where it's coming from. I turned the lights off and that didn't help. I can't hear WWV. So let's turn this one back off. So it's getting some kind of interference. Oh, let's see what else is on in this room besides the lights. There's a timer that you hear in the background for my outdoor lights, and it's quite noisy also, so I apologize for that noise. That could be radiating some noise. That's should be about it. Everything else is turned off. Okay, let's go back to this guy again. Oops. Okay, it doesn't have that noise. Plus, I hear WWE. So it's doing a pretty good job, considering. Okay, now let's go back to this one and just tune it and see what we find. Tune down from 15 megahertz. And I got to push and hold to get it to come on. There we go. We'll go back to 15 megahertz. It doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't remember the last one that you direct tuned. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong or what. Go back to 15 megahertz. And there's that terrible noise. Okay, we're going to tune down. Simple. Okay, now this, as I said, volume down. As I say, this doesn't have continuous tune over the whole and shortwave band. So I was tuning down from 15 megahertz. It went down to 14.9 and then went back to the top of that band. I'll show you again. You probably can't see it, but I'll do it again. Went back to 16 megahertz. So that's one of its bands. So I couldn't get any lower than that. So let me go down to, I think if you push the shortwave button, it will go to the next band. Yes, it did. So that's another way you can skip around. So I'm going to go back down to, so there's band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 5, band 6. 6 is 10 megahertz. So I'm going to tune up from 10 megahertz. Let me turn the volume back up. Not doing too good. This radio has muting when tuning. So when you're tuning, it mutes the radio, and then when you stop tuning, it brings the audio back. I hate that. I hate that. It's really hard to search for frequencies. Okay, that was the top of that band. And this scale down here, which is like an analog scale on your old analog radios, tells you where it's at on that particular band. So that's useful. So I was seeing that as I was going up from 10 megahertz that it was about to run out of that band. And it did. Now it's come back to 9.2 again. Whoop. There we go. Oh. That's China radio, and it's at, come back, it's at 9.565. Coming in loud and clear. It's the signal is strong enough that it's overriding that noise that I was hearing in the background. So that's working good. So let's turn this radio off. I'm going to write this down, 9.565. Turn this off. And then we'll take and tune the Eton to that same frequency. Okay, I found out that if you use these two arrow, turn the volume down. If you use the two arrow buttons, it'll jump between international bands, so that you can get around a lot faster. So I was looking for 9.5. Okay, I got 9.2, and now I can tune up quickly to 9.65. Whoops, except I'm going the wrong direction. 9.565. Several stations in that area. There it is. Now that doesn't sound like the same station. I'm on 9.565. I think that's what I was tuned to. Turn it up. That sounds like a Cuban station. The other one sounded like, I thought it sounded like China radio. Let me turn this one off and go back to this one. Oh, I got to push and hold. And then I got to put it back in, but I can direct tune it now. Whoops, I turned it off. Oh, I keep forgetting you got to push and hold for quite a while. There we go. Oh, that's still there. Now, yeah, that's the same music, same station. Yeah. And they are, I mean, where's, oh, I keep looking for the volume over here, it's down here. They're about the same as far as reception. So let's see what else we can find, because I heard some other stations as I was going up to there. So let's tune back down. The other thing that I noted, turn it back down. The other thing I noted when I was reviewing this is that apparently the microprocessor or the microcontroller is kind of slow. So it doesn't react very well to your commands via the buttons. You have to be kind of patient. So let's tune down, turn the volume back up. See, now I have to wait. I've changed the volume, I gotta wait for the controller. Okay, I'm back in the tuning mode. I think I was higher. Let me go higher. 9.565 is where I was. Turn the volume up some more. I gotta wait. Okay. There's another one. .63. Kind of weak. But again, this is probably not the best time of day. Plus, we do have some clouds. Okay, we'll turn that off. 963. 963. Remember that? Ooh, that one's doing pretty good on that station I had before. Yeah. Okay, 963. Long way. It's there. It's pretty weak. So 9.63 is there, but it's pretty weak. Go back to this radio. Yeah, now it's pretty weak also. So that's the one problem with these kinds of tests. Conditions are changing rapidly. So you might be listening to one radio and you're getting a strong signal, and then you listen to it for 30 seconds, and you switch over to another radio and the signal is gone. And then when you switch back, you find it's gone on this radio. So you just have to kind of treat this kind of testing with a grain of salt. It's very empirical, very limited testing I'm doing here, but it appears from this limited testing that the Eton is doing a little better job. Not a lot, but a little better job. The Kaito, of course, has the big advantage is has the keypad for direct tuning, but it doesn't tune the bands continuous, where it appears, and like I say, I don't remember, it appears the Kaito is tuning the shortwave band continuously. So that's my quick review. Maybe it'll help you make your mind up whether you want to get this one, why it's on this Eton Traveler 3, why it's on sale right now on Amazon, or get the Kaito that has the MP3 player and MP3 recorder. It will record off of the radio itself, or it has a microphone that'll record from, or it has an input jack. It will play both the full-size USB memory chips and the little tiny cards, the TF cards. So that's the show for today. I hope that answers the gentleman's question about these two radios, and he can make up his mind which one he wants. So if you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I hope the video was good. I can't really tell too much with my video camera. Bye-bye.